What's up guys, ArchAngel Manga here, and today's anime review is going to be Black Lagoon, Roberta's Blood Trail, the 5-episode OVA series, which is essentially a sequel to the first series, the actual Black Lagoon, as it does continue off from essentially where it left off, and this is basically the continuation and exactly the same as the manga, which I haven't read unfortunately, but this definitely serves and holds up as something standalone that you can watch and thoroughly enjoy. So that's something I will say right off the bat, is that I absolutely loved this series. 5 episodes of pure manic chaos, featuring basically centering around one of my all-time favourite characters from the original Black Lagoon series, the titular Roberta. And basically the way this starts off is the patriarch of the Lovelace family is assassinated. Obviously Roberta, if you've seen the first series, Roberta is a maid for that family, basically a terrorist turned maid. She was originally a revolutionary, and obviously now she's wanting a quieter life, but her benefactor is assassinated in a political a political get-together, political rally. And she goes on a quest to hunt down his killers, because Garcia, who is the new patriarch of the family now, and basically Roberta's they've kind of got like a mother-son relationship. He's obviously very upset that his father's been assassinated, so Roberta goes on a mission of revenge for him. And this leads her to Roanoke, which is basically the primary setting for the first series, as she's trying to hunt down a group of like American spec ops agents, CIA agents, and basically it is pointed out in the show that if you pick a fight with Uncle Sam, aka the US of A, single-handedly, then you're not going to come out unscathed. That's one of the main rules of the corrupt lifestyle of people who live in Roanoke, is that you don't mess with the USA. Keep everything within your own borders. Don't start international battles. But this is exactly what Roberta starts by herself, with just like a massive musket gun. She goes down hunting down individually the people responsible for her benefactor's killer. For her new for Garcia's father's murderers, and the way it's done and the way it's handled is absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely loved the way it was condensed down perfectly into these 5 episodes, and how fast paced everything works out, but not fast paced to the detriment of the series and the story. It works out just brilliantly. Now, one thing that this series really emphasizes is its over-the-top nature. It's over-the-top in its gratuitous violence. It's over-the-top with, the realistic elements of it. It's completely over-the-top. The motives behind what Roberta's doing and how she's doing them is completely over the top, as we gradually get to see Roberta's mind state deteriorate and her basically go into a psychotic frenzy where she doesn't really recognise friend from foe. And that's a really great way for her character to develop, because obviously she comes from a very troubled lifestyle and background. She was a former terrorist and then becomes a maid of a humble maid of a household. So her character is very, very polarising and very, very bipolar in that respect. But as she's going on this mad hunt for these US CIA agents, she's closely followed behind by Garcia himself, and another basically apprentice maid, Fabiola Iglesias, who is also a really good fighter, who we don't really get to see too much of in the first series, but she does get her spotlight in this series, which I really like, because I really liked her character. But one thing that's really good is that Garcia himself becomes very mature in this series. His character development is very good, and he basically tries to calm down the rabid dog that Roberta is slowly becoming, as she becomes more and more psychotic, and just absolutely, she has no regard. She starts to have no regard for her own safety as well as the safety of others around her, which is obviously, she basically steps out of her own goals and her own motives and just starts going on just an all-out killing spree. and because obviously this is all in Rouen, I've heard that this is affecting all of the black market trade, and you know, all the different companies, like, you know, we get to see more of Hotel Moscow, you know, the Lagoon company themselves, you know, they get wrapped up in all of this, like Revy and, you know, Dutch and, you know, the other ones, Rock, and it's really interesting because we get to see all the great characters from the first Black Lagoon series in this short, compact, sweet OVA series, which is massively fast-paced and brilliant. As the original Black Lagoon series was kind of set up into miniature story arcs, so this Roberta's Blood Trail is probably arguably out of the entire series, including the original Black Lagoon, the best story arc. As sequels go, this is absolutely fantastic, and I massively enjoyed this. Animation is still, you know, still amazing. I've actually got this on Blu-ray, so it actually looked a lot better than when I watched Black Lagoon, as I had that on DVD. So that was a massive bonus for me as well. One thing I really liked as well is the music, and it kind of reminds you. It might reminded me of those like Vietnam-esque war films. As there is a backstory in this OVA series that does hark back to the Vietnam War, and it really does play on that and how war affects people, you know, in the long run. It's absolutely brilliant, and the way everything kind of comes around is very bittersweet, I thought. Obviously, without giving away any major spoilers, but I thought the ending to this was absolutely fantastic, and I would be satisfied if, you know, they did, you know, a continuation of Black Lagoon, but I think unfortunately at the moment the manga is actually on hiatus. So what's been animated, from what I believe, is everything that's available in terms of the manga. I think the anime is caught up to the manga, so you know, we won't be getting another adaptation for quite a while, unless obviously, you know, they start to kind of deviate from the original story, which is not something I would want. I would be quite happy to wait, you know, for the manga to continue, and then maybe they do another OVA series or maybe a film which is adapted from the manga. Just so long as the you know, the core elements of the story and, you know, the basically the quality of the story is maintained. I would really like that if they did a continuation of this, because I would like to see more of you know, of the characters that featured in this, like Garcia, Fabiola. I'd really like to see where they go with Roberta's character, because they did actually kind of deviate from the manga a little bit with how Roberta kind of turned out, without giving any spoilers. So it will be interesting to see how her character turns out ultimately. And I just want more Black Lagoon. Black Lagoon is amazing. I love the first series, and this is just more than lived up to its expectations, as it was just unbelievably fantastic. So anybody who hasn't seen Black Lagoon Roberta's Blood Trail, it's available on DVD and Blu-ray, or maybe just Blu-ray, I'm not too sure, if you're in the UK. But it is more than worth your time. You can pretty much just marathon through this in one day. I'd highly recommend Roberta's Blood Trail. If you've seen this already, you know, drop me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're interested in watching this, go out and get it. Go out and get it. Seriously, it's more than worth it. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's been my quick review of Black Lagoon Roberta's Blood Trail, featuring the Terminator maid, Psycho maid from the future, as parodied in the first series, and she's an absolutely fantastic character. So yeah, thank you very much.